Hey, Eric, are you there? I just wanted to confirm with you that it was okay to take your suit away from cleaning. Also, I found a little piece of paper in your chest pocket. Is it fine if I just throw this away?
Oh, hey, Helen. Yeah, that's no problem at all. Feel free to throw it away.
Well, what is it? It's kind of cute. Did someone draw hearts on this paper?
Yeah, don't worry about that. A girl from the office brought snacks for everyone and gave a little note with it. That's just from the one that she gave to me. But I didn't even really look at it, to be honest.
Oh, I see. Well, that was really nice of her to get such a sweet gift for everyone you work with.
Yeah, she actually makes her own candy at home. It's pretty neat. And it was really, really good too. Much better than anything you could get at a store. But I guess what else can you expect from a woman like her? She really would make a good catch for some lucky guy. Unlike some people I know.
And just what in the world is that supposed to mean, Eric? You don't think I could make something like that if I tried? Do you want me to try making you some candy from now on then? Is that what you're saying?
No, that really wasn't what I was trying to get at all. Besides, even if you did make candy, I just really would doubt it would even be that good. I think the secret of this candy is that it was made by someone much younger and prettier than you.
You did not just actually say that to me, did you? I really don't even know how to react right now.
Well, you do know that's just about everyone I work with is a young woman, right? And they all have hobbies like cooking or baking or sewing. Not only that, but they're always arriving to work so dressed up with their nails done and hair looking nice. It really is a good work environment.
I see. Well, I guess I'm glad that everyone at your office takes so much pride in their personal appearance.
I think it really is just a matter of the individual. Like you, for instance. You should really try putting a bit more effort into your looks, you know? Because honestly, as things are right now, you don't even come close to being able to compete with these ladies.
Eric, really? Can you please stop talking to me like that? It's really, really rude.
I don't see what the big deal is. I'm just trying to be honest with you.
I know, but when you and I got married, you said that I was the only woman for you. You were so sweet.
Yeah, and just how many years ago was that now? Am I not allowed to let my taste evolve over time? I mean, sure, you were good looking back when we got married. But now, you've gotten older, and there's just not really much that's worth looking at.
But I don't get it. We haven't even been married all that long. We just had our 4th anniversary.
And in those 4 years, you've been doing nothing but downgrading and getting worse.
Eric, why are you saying all these horrible things to me? You know that I would never say anything like this to you.
And why wouldn't you? Like I said, I'm only telling the truth and being real with you.
Well, because there are just things that you should be keeping to yourself. I mean, do you really think I want to be hearing any of these horrible things you have to say about me? And I don't like being compared to the women at your workplace either. So please, just stop all of this.
You really are annoying. Do you know that? First of all, you're not hearing anything. These are texts. And so what if I happen to like the women I work with? Did you know that there's this one girl who works under me who told me that I'd be her ideal type if I wasn't married? But that's not at all surprising since I'm on my way up the company ladder. I guess I just know what the ladies like. What can I say? At least I'm still a catch.
Well, great. So some young woman gave you a compliment. Are you really letting it go to your head this much?
You're just jealous because if I said the same thing to a man, it would mean basically nothing. Nobody wants to be flirted at by some old woman like you. But, like I said, I still have some gas in the engine and I know how to make the ladies love me.
Eric, you do know that I'm trying to live by my words and not insult you with the truth, right?
You really just have no idea what you're talking about at all. And that's why I really just can't stand you.
Right. Well, this has been fun. But I'm going to go ahead and take your clothes to the dry cleaners now. Hey, Eric. I just want to let you know that I finished work early for the day. I remember that you told me you had the day off, right? I was just wondering if you wanted to go out and grab some dinner with me, since we're both free.
Oh, hey Helen. Super sorry about this, but I'm actually going to be busy up until 7 tonight, so that's probably a no from me.
Wait, what? But you said that you didn't have any plans for the day. I got time off so that I could spend it with you.
Well, it sounds to me like you just jumped to conclusions. But my schedule doesn't revolve around your life. So if you still have work to do, you can just go back into that office and come home at regular time.
But it was my boss who suggested that I take the time off in the first place. I just used my PTO to do it.
Oh, come on. So you're really coming home now then? And here I was thinking I'd have another hour of peace and quiet by myself.
I'm really sorry for not asking you about this first. I guess I just wanted to try surprising you, since it's been so long since you and I have gone out. I really would like to be able to go on more dates with you, Eric.
Well, I don't. I don't even want to be seen in public with you, Helen.
But why? What's changed? Why are you acting like this all of a sudden?
It's because I don't want to have to be seen walking around in public with an old hag like yourself. Do you have any idea how humiliating that would be for me?
Eric, you're not really serious about that, are you? Why do you always have to say these horrible things? And just what is so wrong about taking your wife out on a date every now and then?
If you really want to eat out so bad, then you can find a place to eat by yourself. I thought I had one more hour to myself, and you're not taking that from me. So just do whatever you want, but make sure that you leave me out of it.
Does the thought of going out with me really upset you that much? You really don't even want to go out on a date with me?
What are you, a kid or something? Try sounding less pathetic sometimes. There's no way that I would ever want people knowing an old hag like you is my wife. You're too old for anyone to ever want to take you out on a date ever again.
You're just awful. Have you always been like this? Did I just never notice? I swear you used to be much kinder.
And just what are you trying to say with that, huh? Do you really want to keep this fighting going on much longer?
No, you never said anything about how much you cared about a woman's age before.
Well, I'm sorry if it annoys you to hear the truth. But that's all I'm saying right now.
You really think that you can talk to your own wife like this just because someone said something nice to you? I don't know if you've noticed, but you've put on 20 pounds over the last 4 years, and you have quite the dad bod now. So I don't really think you have any right to be talking down to me when you're the one that's looking more and more like a fat old man.
Shut up! I do not need to take this kind of talk from a grandma like you. Everyone knows that once a woman hits 25 years old, she's basically worthless. So don't even bother coming home after work, because I don't even want to see you at all right now.
You do not get to boss me around, Eric. I will go home whenever I choose to, and that time is now.
I'm serious. You better not be coming back home. I won't even let you through the front door if you do.
Eric, just how long are you going to be acting this way, huh? Can you please stop being silly and let me back inside?
No! I told you that I wouldn't be letting you in the house, and I was serious. So you can just turn around right now and buzz off. I never want you back here again.
So you're really going to do this? You're really going to try and throw me out just like this? You're the one who can hardly even take care of yourself. Don't you realize that? How are you going to get along without me?
You really think that I'm going to have any trouble at all getting along without you here? I already told you that women your age are worthless. Breaking up with you won't change a single thing about my life.
You and I both know how much of a lie that is. You can't cook or clean. You know you need me for that. You can call me an old lady all you want. But the fact of the matter is that the house would fall apart without me. And your life too soon after that.
Sure, that might have been the case for a past version of myself. But things have changed and I'm not that guy anymore.
And just what is that supposed to mean? How do you think that you've changed at all?
Because I don't need you anymore. That's how I've changed. I'll throw all your stuff into a suitcase and throw it out the front door. So you might want to hang around long enough for that.
Eric, are you there? I think you and I should have a little talk. But I want to do this in person, so I'm coming to the house.
I thought I told you that I never wanted you coming back here again.
I know that. But I'm sure the house is an absolute mess without me there, isn't it?
Well, if that's all you're worried about. You're wasting your energy sending these messages. I have a new wife to do all the cooking and cleaning for me.
Wait, I'm sorry. You have a new wife?
That's right. I'm divorcing you. Or rather, I already have. I sent the paperwork and everything already.
And just how did you get our divorce papers processed when I never remember signing a single thing?
Well, that was because I filled in all the forms myself. I didn't want to invite you back here just to make you sign them. But now we're broken up, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay then, why don't you tell me just what you mean by having a new wife?
It really is pretty simple. I just traded you in for a younger model, of course. I was seeing this younger woman, and then I proposed to her. She's much prettier and younger than you.
Eric, you do realize that you're admitting to having an affair behind my back, don't you? I'll be able to sue you for your cheating.
Oh, that's just fine with me. If an old lady like yourself needs to be paid off to leave me alone, I have no problem with that at all.
You really are just horrible, do you know that?
Well, I say that it takes a horrible person to know a horrible person. So what do you think of that? Besides, I may be horrible, but at least I'm not some old geriatric like you. That's why I had to leave you. I couldn't stand being around you anymore.
I see. And just when is this new wife of yours supposed to be showing up at the house then?
Actually, thought she was going to be arriving yesterday. But we had to adjust our plans. I know that she'll be arriving any day now.
You really don't know anything at all, do you? Oh man, this is actually so funny. I'm laughing so hard my stomach hurts. I'm sorry, but no matter how long you wait, I'm afraid that your little girlfriend isn't going to show up. She won't even be answering your calls or messages anymore either.
Wait, what? I don't understand. What do you mean by that? What did you do to her?
You really think that I've just been sitting on my hands, waiting for you to make your move this past month? You've been acting suspiciously for a long time. So I decided it was high time I do some digging into what you've been up to. And I learned all about your plan to try and marry this girl as soon as you managed to get rid of me.
You looked into me? What is that supposed to mean? What did you do?
Well, I had to go and talk to a lot of people. Sometimes I would even wait outside your office so I could try and talk to people.
You went to my office? Are you kidding me? You better not have been spreading any kind of rumors about me.
Oh, I didn't do anything. Or rather, I should say that I didn't have to do anything. The rumors were already there. All the rumors about you having an affair with one of your younger coworkers. I think she was actually the one who complimented you, wasn't she?
That girl has nothing to do with you, and you should keep away from her. You're just jealous because she has my heart and not you.
Oh, I think that it goes much deeper than that. And I should know because I waited until I could ask her a few questions as she left work. I talked to her and told her that I'd tell the company what you had been doing, and I'd tell her parents that she was sleeping with a married man. I learned that she had more or less just moved from her small town to the city, and that she really didn't know how things worked here. But by the time she realized just how much trouble she was in, she cried and begged me not to tell anyone.
So then, you threatened her? What's the matter with you? Have you lost your mind?
Well, I only told her that she did something bad and she would have to be punished for it. But you really should have been the one to show her all these ropes. She had no idea what she was getting herself into at all. But she promised to break up with you and never talk to you again if I kept my mouth shut. Aren't I so kind?
So then, I'm never going to see her ever again? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I saw her last Friday, and so I believe that tomorrow she's going to quit her job.
I can't believe that you did this. How could you?
You were the one who was constantly comparing me to others, putting me down just because of my age. But I guess I should be grateful to this woman for helping me realize just how horrible you really are.
But you're going to ruin my plan. I'd worked so hard to get away with this, and now you're ruining it. Not only that, but you stalked me and my girl and even threatened her? You really have gone crazy. Do you realize that?
You know, I actually had no idea at all that I was capable of doing something like this. But you can only blame yourself for pushing me this far.
And that's why you had to ruin everything with the woman who I was going to marry? How could you do this? You're terrible. You're nothing but a green-eyed harpy. Do you really want to stay with me that badly?
Excuse me? Who said anything at all about me wanting to still be with you?
But I thought that you were trying to break up what I had with the girl from my company so we could stay together.
No. I just wasn't about to let you get away with leaving me for someone else and getting your happy ending. All of this was just my revenge on you for the way you'd been treating me. but things are only starting for you.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means that I am going to leave you with nothing. You are going to be crushed by the time I'm done with you.
Hey, Helen, did you call my boss and speak to him about all of this? He just called me and was asking about the affair.
Well, of course I called him. I said that my husband was having an affair with a coworker and asked you two not to be placed in the same room. Of course, it won't really matter tomorrow when that girl shows up to quit.
But if it didn't matter, then why did you go tell him? Now he knows all about the affair. Ugh, I can't believe that you would do this to me.
Well, I just thought that your boss might be interested in knowing what was going on right under his nose is all. Of course, the two of you can't be fired for this, but I'm sure that you're going to get a serious talking to.
You didn't have to go and tell my boss about this. Now I'm really going to be in big trouble because of what you've done.
Yeah, it sounds to me like no one is going to be able to trust you after this. You really should just quit yourself. After all, there's no way that you're going to get ahead in the company with the reputation you have now.
But this isn't my fault. You did this to me. But I won't let you win. I know how to get ahead. You think working hard is the only way to climb the ladder here? I can brown nose. I can grovel. I'm not above doing that for my career. And so what if this boss doesn't trust me? You don't think there isn't a whole network of managers here who I can appeal myself to?
Oh, right. I almost forgot to tell you that you will actually probably end up getting fired, though.
Wait, me? Get fired? What on earth are you talking about now?
I'm just saying that I think you're going to get fired. It's that simple.
But why? You just said that the company can't fire me for having an office affair or anything like that.
Well, yes, that would be the case usually, but you were having the affair on company time.
And just what's wrong with that? Huh?
And not just company time. You two could spend company money while on business trips with each other. Or you would use the company credit card to take this girl out to lunch. You essentially stole money from the company to do what you were doing. And that, dear Eric, is a fireable offense.
I wasn't doing any of that. And even if I was only doing what I needed to do to get my work done.
So what part of your work involved all those fancy dates at nice restaurants with just the two of you? Honestly, you didn't really think that you'd get away with this forever, did you? You left a long, long paper trail detailing all your wrongdoing.
Now, please, you don't understand. Those weren't dates. I was just trying to show her the ropes of the office life. I swear.
Oh, I'm sure that you showed her all kinds of things. But now that we're coming to the end, you should know that your company is going to sue you for that money.
This is all your fault. You told them things they never needed to know about. Why couldn't you just keep your mouth shut about all of this?
Well, don't go blaming me for this. I got all this information out from your little girlfriend herself. It just took a little bit of hard questioning before she put you both up to dry.
I can't believe that the two of you would do this to me. You're both terrible. I knew I should never trusted a girl like her. The only thing worse than a nagging old woman is a stupid girl.
You know, at this point, I almost feel bad for this poor woman. You got her into so much trouble than she probably ever expected to get in. But I've said all I want to say to you. You'll be hearing from my lawyer soon. After that, Eric received an email from his boss asking him to report to his office first thing in the morning the next day. There, Eric got the news that he would be fired and sued for his embezzlement. In the end, Eric was made to pay $20,000 to his former employers. Eric was unable to pay that amount and had to beg his relatives for help affording such a huge sum. It wasn't long afterwards that I sued him for his affair as well. His parents weren't about to bail him out of that one. In the end, his whole family chose to ignore his cries for help. Drowning in debt, Eric was barely able to find another job. But it came with a huge cut in pay. Now Eric lives in a tiny apartment, spending as frugally as possible to be able to afford his legal debts. It's been a year since I broke up with Eric, and my life has never been better. I have a new boyfriend, and I can laugh all I want thinking about this time in my life. But honestly, I wish I could just forget about it all and leave it in my past.
Hey, Tina, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that my mom sent me a message to thank you for yesterday. She says that she really enjoyed the meal that you prepared for all of us.
Oh, yeah, she actually sent me a message too saying all of that. I was so happy that she enjoyed it. To be honest, I was really, really nervous about it.
Oh, really? You were? You know that there's no need to be nervous around my mom, right?
I know, but how can I not be? Especially when it comes to cooking for her. After all, doesn't she teach her own cooking classes? I was just waiting for her to tear into my food and how overcooked or overseasoned or something that it was.
I don't really think that my mom would say those things to someone, even if she did think that. But, anyways, I thought that what you made yesterday was really great. I could tell that you really put a lot of effort into making sure that it turned out well.
Well, when you told me that your mom was going to come over to have dinner with us, I went out the night before to buy all of the ingredients that I would need. I wanted to make sure that nothing could go wrong when I was in the kitchen that day.
Yeah, I remember you running around a lot that day. You seemed really stressed, which I am sorry about. But I'm glad it all ended well. Besides, who would have guessed that my mom would want to come over so soon after you and I got married? If anything, I should be sorry about that, you know?
Of course you shouldn't be sorry. There's nothing wrong with that. Besides, I also want to get to know your mom well so that we can get along in the future. If anything, I felt like this was a good chance to try and score some points with her. I mean, we got to talk too much yesterday evening, even about cooking. Not only that, but then your mom saw that I had her cookbook and even offered to sign it for me. It was awesome! Or maybe I was just so swept up in the moment, but either way.
I think that you're just fine, Tina. And I'm glad that you said you want to get closer to my mom. That means a lot to me.
Well, I really do mean it. But I guess more than anything, I'm just glad that we don't already have issues as mother and daughter-in-law. That's what I was worried about most.
Well, I think I also did a good job of warming up my mom to meet you. She basically knew what she was in for. Besides, my mom is a pretty straightforward person anyways.
I guess I kind of lucked out getting someone like her as my mother-in-law then. After all, I know that we did marry a bit older than others. We're already both in our 30s after all.
Well, I know that. After all, we're the same age, aren't we?
I know, but you know how women are always pressured to get married younger than men are, right? So I was just worried that me being the age that I am might have been off-putting to your parents or something. I've known a few other women my age who have gotten married, and they were telling me how their in-laws are already asking about grandchildren. Apparently, even some of these friends of mine were even asked by their in-laws if they could even have children.
Well, that has taken things just a bit too far, I would have to say. Besides, having a kid is a delicate thing in any situation, and it's not like people get married just to have babies.
That's right. I suppose at the end of the day, we just have to know that we know what's best for us. Although I was so happy that your mom never said anything to me about children at all. I was so thankful for that.
Well, I'm just happy to see that it sounds like you and my mom should be getting along just fine.
Actually, I was thinking of taking one of your mom's cooking classes sometime in the future.
Oh, really? When did you decide this? This is the first that I'm hearing about it, I think.
Well, I just asked your mom now when she messaged me. I asked if I could come along one day and she said she would be happy to have me in class.
Well, that's just perfect. And it does make sense. After all, you were talking to my mom yesterday about how you wanted to improve your cooking.
I know! And now I get to do this! It's so exciting! I think I might even have to go out and buy a new apron or something.
Well, it is a cooking class, but it's usually a small number of people, and my mom just does it all at her house. So you don't have to go all out just to attend the class, you know?
Well, sure, but you can't just ignore the fact that your mom has published her own cookbook. The class may be small, but that doesn't diminish what you can learn from it. I really think you need to acknowledge just how amazing your mom is a bit more.
Oh, trust me. I think my mom is great. I should know. She's my mom, after all.
You say that, but I still think that you don't get it.
Maybe not. But as long as you and my mom are getting along, that's all there really is to get.
still just so happy that I have such a nice mother-in-law. Maybe I should bring her some kind of gift or something when I go to take the class.
I don't really think that's a requirement for the class in any way, but I'm sure that if you did, my mom would love it.
Great! Maybe I'll just buy some treats we can all enjoy during the class. Anyways, sorry for talking to you all the way through your lunch break. I also have to go and do some shopping right now.
No problem. We can talk more at home. Good luck with all that you have to do. Hey, Tina. I just wanted to let you know that my boss told me I have to take some time off. He said that if I didn't, my PTO would just start going to waste, so...
Oh, I see. Well, actually, now that you mention that, I don't think that we've gone anywhere since we got married.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. But anyways, would you want to go away for a couple of days somewhere?
Really? You mean you want to take a trip with me somewhere?
The thing is that I just noticed you've been acting kind of down, and when I've tried to ask you about it, you told me that it's nothing to worry about, which of course just makes me worried. So, I thought this might be a good suggestion to try and cheer you up.
Rod, you're so sweet. Thank you so much.
Of course. But you know that you can talk to me about anything, right? I've been really worried seeing you act this way.
But I don't even know how I would begin to talk about what's been on my mind lately.
I see. Well, I also wanted to ask you if you think you'd enjoy having my mom come along with us as well.
I don't know. I still feel like we're basically newlyweds, and I'd really like to get to take more trips, just the two of us.
Oh, I see. I just figured that earlier you were so gung-ho about getting to know my mom better. I just figured that if she also come along with us, that the two of you could get to hang out. But I'm also fine taking a trip just the two of us.
Actually, Rod, there's something that I wanted to talk to you about. It has to do with your mom.
You want to talk to me about my mom? What do you want to talk about?
Well, the truth is that your mom really scares me.
You're afraid of my mom? But why? I don't get it. I mean, did something happen between the two of you while you were at her cooking class?
Well, your mom. She was bullying me.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? What do you mean she was bullying you?
Are you telling me that you don't believe me? Although I can't say that I blame you. She always acts so nice when you're around.
I'm sorry, Tina. It's just... I can't even imagine my mom acting that way. But of course it's not that I don't believe you. Do you think you could tell me some of the things my mom has been doing to you?
Okay, well, she totally made fun of me in front of all the other students in the class. And then, when it was just the two of us, she started calling me names and saying all these horrible things. She said that she still has no idea why you chose to be with a woman like you. And then she told me that I was terrible at taking care of the house and that I was a bad wife.
She really said all of that? That's horrible. I'm so sorry, Tina. I really had no idea that my mom was doing or saying any of these things.
It's okay. I guess I just know a bit better how she feels about me. And my age? You know, now that I think about it, I doubt that she even really liked my cooking.
Tina, of course that's not true. Look, I want you to know that you're a good wife, okay?
I don't know. I just don't feel like I'll ever be good enough for you.
So wait a second. Is part of the reason why you've been so down lately is because of the way my mom has been treating you?
I didn't want to say anything, but it's true. I only wanted to be friends with your mom. And I know that this has to come as a shock to you as well.
It really does. But I'm just so sorry you've been going through all of this.
You don't have anything to be sorry for. It's not your fault at all. If anything, it's all mine for not being the kind of person that your mom could ever like.
I'm gonna talk to my mom about this. I'm gonna make her apologize to you.
No, you can't do that, please. If you do that, then that will just make things way worse.
But how am I supposed to just sit here and read all of this and do nothing?
Maybe we could just try and make sure that we see her a little less? I know that she might talk bad about me to you a little, but I'm sure that'll all pass.
Well, if that's really what you want, then okay, I won't say anything to her. But are you sure that this is how you want to handle it?
I'm sure. And I'm just so grateful to know that you trust me on this.
Of course. You're my wife, and I'm here to protect you, no matter what. There's nothing to worry about anymore. I'll make sure that you and Mom don't see each other anymore.
Thank you so much. Just reading that message, I already feel a bit better.
All right, then. I guess this means that it's just going to be you and me on this trip, then. But that's okay. It just means you and I can have fun and forget all about my mom.
Hello there, Rod. I was just curious if you remembered that your uncle's memorial service was today.
Oh, I remember. Don't worry.
Well, that's good to hear. But there's something that I'd like to talk to you about after the service. Do you think you could come to my house afterwards? Alone.
But isn't the service going to be near your house? Don't you think that I should bring Tina with me for this?
No. I think it would be better if it were just you. So please come alone. Besides, she never even met your uncle.
Wow, that's kind of a rude way of putting things, don't you think?
Do you really think so? I was just stating a fact is all. I mean, I just don't think that anyone really enjoys going to funerals. But that would be especially so for ones for people who you don't even know.
I guess. But she's still my wife and still part of this family.
I just really don't think that Tina would even want to show up to something like this.
Well, there's actually something that I've been waiting to talk to you about, Mom. Have you been bullying Tina lately?
Wait, what? Where is this coming from all of a sudden? Did Tina tell you that I was being mean to her?
You know, that sounds like just a thing that somebody who's been caught red-handed would say. I thought you and her were trying to get along. You were so happy when the two of us got married.
Well, I'm afraid that my feelings have changed on the matter since then.
But what does that even mean? Why have your feelings changed?
If I can be honest with you, Rod, I really wish that you would divorce her. I don't think that you should have anything to do with her at all.
I'm sorry. You want me to leave, Tina? How can you even ask me something like that? What's the matter with you, Mom? I don't think I want you coming near me or Tina ever again, okay? I can't have you in my life if you're going to treat my wife so horribly.
Okay, well, you should know that I never do anything to your wife at all.
But you did. Even the way you were talking about her right now was rude. Did you know that Tina came to me telling me that she was scared of you? She was scared to even talk to me about this.
The reason I wanted you to come by to the memorial service by yourself was because I wanted to talk to you about Tina. I would appreciate it if you made your decision about me after you heard what I have to say.
Hey, Rod, I'm really, really sorry. I was talking to some friends, and before I knew it, it was already so late. But I'm just about to start heading back home now.
Why even bother coming back home?
Wait, what? I don't understand. What is that about? Are you mad because I'm coming home late or something?
I heard all about the kind of person you are from my mom. I heard that you were even so mean that you drove people from your old company to quit before you left.
Wait a second, are you talking about Carly from work?
That's right.
No, you've got that all wrong. That was just a misunderstanding.
I wanted to hope that was true, until Carly showed me proof of how you forced her to take responsibility for all of your mistakes at work. And then you even spread lies and rumors about her too, didn't you? Not only that, but you were also stealing from the company if you ran out of money before payday. Isn't that right?
Rod, this is just ridiculous. Of course I haven't done any of this. I just happened to get wrapped up in a bad crowd. But it's not like I was the person leading everyone in that.
Oh, really? Because Carly made it sound exactly like you were the ringleader with that theft.
Well, I'm sure that Carly has her own version of events. But anyways, I know that she takes cooking classes with your mom, so I'm sure she's been whispering her lies to your mom for a while. But you know that you can't believe someone like her, right?
Do you even know the kinds of things she told my mom? I mean, she didn't even need to say anything. When you walked into the classroom, Carly literally puked, didn't she? That's how much she just likes you. Her body literally physically can't stand to be around you. That's why my mom reached out to her after she left. She wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Well, it sounds to me Carly was just putting on a big show for attention then. I mean, if her body really is so fragile, then maybe she shouldn't be going out to cooking classes in the first place. Besides, don't you care at all about the way I've been struggling with your mom?
You know, Carly was actually someone who was really impacted by my mom's book. After you drove her to quit her job, she happened to pick up my mom's book. Cooking the recipes in that book was one of the few joys that she could find in life after you drove her from the office.
Rod, you really are getting this all wrong. I only did what I did because I was being told to.
Well, I don't think that made much of a difference to Carly. She was still hurt either way. I think this is why you wanted us to keep distance from my mom. She told me that she called you to ask you to apologize to Carly. And that was when you told me my mom was bullying you.
But she was bullying me! Please, you have to believe me, Rod!
How can I after listening to my mom and Carly talk to me about what you did? And especially after Carly showed me the text of what you were saying to her. I really wanted to believe you, Tina. I wanted to believe that you didn't do anything wrong. But I can't do that anymore.
I'm so sorry, Rod. I know that you must think I'm just a terrible person. But the only reason I did what I did was because I didn't want you to know about my past. That's why I tried to blame this all on your mom. I really am so sorry. I swear I'll apologize to your mom and Carly. Just please don't tell me not to come home.
No, you really don't have to come home at all. In fact, I want a divorce.
What, Rod? Please, you can't be serious about that. Surely we can move past this, right? I mean, you don't really want to leave me over this.
I'm not sure whether or not I can forgive you for this. And if I thought you were actually going to show any remorse, then I might be able to. But Carly told me about how you were seeing someone else while we were dating. But she told me about how you were telling the girls in the office that you were going to marry me just because I was the one with the money. But that the other guy you were seeing was way more your type of man. But Carly told me about how even after we got married, you kept seeing this guy. There were already plenty of rumors flying around the office about it.
No, that isn't true. You have to believe me. It really isn't true.
I don't even want to hear it from you anymore. Besides, I can't say that I blame you. He is a handsome-looking guy.
You mean that you looked him up?
That's right. After talking to Carly and my mom, I hired a PI to look into him so that I could gather evidence for the divorce. And it really wasn't hard to find said evidence. So, now we're going to get a divorce. You're going to pay for cheating on me, and then I'm going to make sure you never mess with my life or family again. Goodbye, Tina. It took about a whole month before the divorce process was finalized since Tina was fighting every step of the way. In fact, right after I sent that message, Tina apparently passed out and didn't wake up for a few days. I have no idea if she was faking it or not, but when she came to, the divorce papers were still there waiting for her. I have to say that I was so shocked to learn of the kind of person that my wife really was. I really did think that I knew Tina well, but I guess that just goes to show you. Anyways, I apologized to both Carly and my mom for how horrible Tina had been to them. Of course, I had no idea about Tina, but I felt especially bad that I let my mom get sucked into this. After the divorce, Tina agreed to settle for a huge fee outside of the court to not be sued for her affair. After she paid all that she owed me, I heard that she packed up all of her bags and moved away to a new state. But that works just fine with me, since I would be happy if I never ever saw her again.